Welcome back to the Horror Next Door. When my girlfriend and I first started this channel, we wanted to make a lot of different types of videos all around the topic of horror. Because we didn't live together at the time, I started filming unboxing videos of my masks in the meantime. Now she and I live together, the channel will soon be more diverse than just mask unboxings. But don't worry, those videos will still be coming. You may have spotted her at the end of the Man in the Mask unboxing video, but finally, now on the channel is my girlfriend, Hellcat.
Hello, Psycho, and the Horror Next Door watchers. In this new monthly series, we're going to be sharing our favorite horror movie trailers from the previous month. All links to the trailers will be in the description box below.
So the first movie we're going to be talking about is Rabid. The synopsis online reads, after a young woman, Rose, suffers a disfiguring accident, she undergoes an experimental stem cell treatment that leads to unintended consequences.
This is directed by the Soska sisters. It's a remake of the 1977 horror film written and directed by David Cronenberg, and that movie features Marilyn Chambers from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm a pretty big fan of the Soska sisters, so right off the bat I was interested, but I especially love American Mary, and in this trailer there's a surgery scene where they're wearing all red, and it's just kind of crazy looking and sort of weird, and it echoes American Mary vibes.
Yeah, I feel like the trailer reminds me a little bit of Contracted, which we both liked. Also, maybe a little bit of Planet Terror vibes.
Yes.
So that's good. Quick search online, the movie stars Laura Vandervoort, I think I'm pronouncing that right, as Rose. We both were like, wait a minute, this girl looks familiar. She played Anna in Jigsaw. The movie also stars CM Punk, and according to IMDb, his wife AJ Lee. So if you're wrestling fans, you'll know who they are.
So we haven't seen the original movie, but this trailer also got us interested in checking that out, so we'll see. Hopefully It'll be good.
Next up is The Divine Fury, a South Korean action horror film written and directed by Jason Kim. The movie is about a martial arts champion who gains divine powers to fight with a powerful evil force.
The first thing about this trailer that got me was I'm a fan of boxing. I used to watch it with my dad, who has also passed away, and so it struck a little bit of an emotional chord with me with the main character's father passing away. But the movie itself just looks like a cool new take on exorcism or possession-themed films. And I'm a big fan of Asian cinema in general. I feel like it's very often more original than the things that the majority of American filmmakers churn out. No offense, but
I agree. Yeah, the movie just looks batshit crazy and awesome. So hopefully it turns out really cool. So next up is Jacob's Ladder. The online synopsis reads, after losing his brother in combat, Jacob Singer returns home only to be pulled into a mind-twisting state of paranoia. Singer soon realizes that his brother is alive, but life is not what it seems.
This is a reimagining of the 1990 film by the same name. Having never seen that film, this trailer makes me want to know more about what is actually going on. Is it really all in his head? Is there actually something going on with his brother?
It stars Michael Ealy as Jacob Singer. He's the main character. Just every time I see him, I immediately think of the serial killer he played in The Following. So for some reason, I can't ever take him as anyone else. I always just see him as a serial killer. So
maybe you're kind of looking forward to see him doing something else or something. Or I don't know.
I don't know. I just think he played that role really well, and he's super creepy. So I like him.
Speaking of that, one thing I took away from the trailer is it seems like the entire cast has great acting skills. I think that it looks like they're all really talented. Also, based on the trailer, it really seems to have a psychological horror feel to it. It's creepy in a more subtle way, and hopefully it maintains that. Doesn't turn into a bunch of silly jump scares and things like that.
Yes, no jump scares, please.
We've had enough.
So next up is It Chapter 2.
The online synopsis says, 27 years after their first encounter with the terrifying Pennywise, The Losers Club have grown up and moved away until a devastating phone call brings them back. Dun dun dun! I won't say a whole lot on this one simply because I wasn't a huge fan of the first part of this. I think I'm in the minority there, but I do think that the teaser trailer was actually pretty creepy and cool, and this new one makes it look interesting. Also, that it has a pretty great cast. I'm especially a fan of Jessica Chastain and James McAvoy.
I really enjoyed the first It. I thought Bill Skarsgård did a great job as Pennywise. I didn't think much of the teaser trailer that came out a few months back. Although it looked good and the old lady was creepy, I guess I just wanted to see more. I really hope this one lives up to the first. It has a great cast playing the grown-up versions of the kids. I just can't wait. This comes out September 6th.
The next movie is Lose. Apologize if we're mispronouncing. It's about a young cab driver who drags herself into a brightly lit entrance of a rundown police station, and a demonic entity follows her, determined to finally be close to the woman it loves. This trailer was really short but sweet, but it's very intriguing. It leaves you wanting more. Looks really unique, and I always dig some what the hell just happened jaw-dropping type moments, and it looks like this will have plenty of those.
Yeah, the thing that really stood out to me about this trailer was the movie looked as though it was made in the 80s, like just the film grade and the way the Lose title comes up on the screen at the end. It's almost like it was made in the 80s and it's just now getting a release. So I really like the way that looks and everything. And
we love us some 80s horror.
yes. So next up is The Dare. The synopsis reads, a rare family night for Jay takes a brutal twist when he awakens in a basement with 3 other prisoners. As their vengeful captor runs riot, Jay engages in a twisted battle to solve the puzzle to his past and save his family's future.
The prisoner type situation in this reminds us of Saw, which is a franchise we really love. It also reminded me of a Jennifer Lynch film from 2012 called Chained, which had Vincent D'Onofrio, and he had a child basically held prisoner and was sort of grooming him to become him, and it was a really good and striking movie. Also just made me interested to know more about the captor and his motives.
The movie also stars Richard Brake. He was Doomhead in Rob Zombie's 31, where I believe he stole the show. He's been in a lot of movies, and he's always just plays these really creepy, weird characters. So can't wait to see what he's going to do in this movie.
Reminds me of like Bill Moseley a little bit, because he's in a lot of stuff. He usually doesn't have huge parts, but he's always one of the coolest things about whatever he's in.
Yes, exactly. Next up is the Sonata. A young violinist unravels her long-lost father's past, triggering dark forces that reach beyond her imagination.
We recently just watched Netflix's The Perfection, so obviously this reminded us of that, and we both really liked that movie. It was crazy. It ruled. For the Sonata, I think the cinematography looks amazing, and that was one of the things about this trailer that struck me. This film stars the late Rutger Hauer. We just have to give a shout out and say rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Here we have a trailer for The Wretched. The synopsis says a defiant teenage boy struggling with his parents' imminent divorce faces off with a 1,000-year-old witch who is living beneath the skin of and posing as the woman next door. As with Lose, this was very short and sweet and really emphasizes itself quickly to leave you wanting more.
After reading the synopsis online, I didn't get any of that from the trailer.
The shot of the witch or the creature or whatever it is at the baby crib was super rad, and there are lots of other really spooky looking shots throughout this trailer.
Yeah, I just thought the special effects looked really cool and the close-up shots of the witch's hands and everything, and hopefully when they reveal it in the movie, it still looks just as good as it did in the trailer. And last but not least, we have 3 from Hell,
which is a sequel to Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. The plot of this film is currently unknown, but features the same 3 antagonists as the aforementioned sequels. And this movie looks great. We're just hoping that it won't diminish the awesomeness of The Devil's Rejects.
Huge fan of The Devil's Rejects, so I'm interested to see how you can make a sequel, because I thought everybody died at the end of The Devil's Rejects. apparently the release of this movie is all messed up, in my opinion. It's being distributed by Lionsgate, who released the first 2 films in the series, but for some reason this film is only getting a 3-day release through the Fathom Events series in select theaters. Don't understand why it's not getting a normal release like the other previous films. So I guess we're probably just going to have to wait and see this one when it's available on streaming or buying it on Blu-ray.
Unfortunately.
So that's all the trailers that we liked from the month of July. This is the first time we've ever recorded anything with a microphone, so I'm sure we'll get better at it, but I hope you enjoyed it, and just bear with us.
Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment below about any trailers that you're excited about, any movies that you want to see, and don't forget to subscribe.